Hey there everyone, I am King 5 Meteorologist Adam Claibon. Hopefully everybody is enjoying this fine Wednesday morning, and it's the last day of winter. Going to be changing up to spring here later tonight, but that's only going to be by name. By form, we're still talking about winter-like conditions as we head into the weekend. So we'll go over that forecast, show you how many systems are on the way, how much rain is going to bring, how we're going to stay cooler than average, and how that will help to lead to more mountain snow overhead. But I do have a little bit of good news. It will warm up later on into next work week. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Today is the last day of winter, so we're expecting spring to come on in tonight. What time exactly? Well, that'll be at 2:01 a.m. while many of us are asleep. So officially less than 24 hours away, the countdown is on. Now today, kind of winter-like, probably not a ton of rain except if you're out there towards the coast where we've already seen some of the showers begin to come down. But if you're farther to the east, Kitsap Peninsula, around Puget Sound, the best that we'll probably do here throughout the morning or the afternoon hours will be a few sprinkles. We'll expect to see more of the steadier rain come in as we head later on into the evening. And then we'll have multiple chances behind that as we'll have more rain into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So again, staying in this cooler and wetter pattern at least through Sunday. And then things do start to change up by Monday and Tuesday as we get back into the 60s and see a little more sunshine. Check this out right here. So this looks very winter-like, right? Hurricane Ridge, a lot of snow showing up there, and we're going to put down more here as we go throughout the next few days. Stevens Pass as well. If you're going to be driving across the pass, I think you'll be fine. Bare and dry looking at the highway there, as well as Snoqualmie Pass. No worries for you if you're going to be traveling east along Interstate 90. Up here around Bellingham, cloudy skies, and more of that really the norm, except if you head out here towards the coast where we have the cloudy skies, but also the showers too here in La Push. Down across the south coast, we're beginning to see some of the showers pick up for us as well. So really the coastal areas for the first part of the day will be the spot to get most of the rain. We'll eventually start to see some here around Paulsville too, but generally just cloudy skies there and here in Granite Falls after seeing some of that snow on Mount Pilchuck yesterday. And then everybody we're seeing some cloudy skies, a break or two in the clouds giving us a little peek of sunshine, but a lot of that's quickly beginning to disappear. Here in Seattle, we're sitting at 46 degrees, and those clouds did do quite a bit to help us from dropping as much during the overnight hours. So at 46 degrees, relatively warm start in comparison to where we have been over the past few mornings. But check out that wind coming in at about 8 miles per hour. That will be picking up here later this evening, and we'll be noticing a little more wind to go along with some of these cooler temperatures and eventually more of the rain chances too. Check out temperatures across the board as well. We saw a lot of those numbers in the 30s and 20s yesterday morning, but we're doing quite a bit better here as we start off today. This is as of about 9 to 10 o'clock early into your Wednesday morning. Now let's look at radar, show you what's happening here across the area. We do have this initial band, which is going to be the only one really helping to produce maybe a few light showers here across parts of Puget Sound and the Kitsap Peninsula. Talking about that one right there, that's moving north and east. So we'll see how much rain that actually does produce, but where we are going to see the majority of the rain will be out here towards the central and north coast, where we're seeing some steadier rain coming down as we speak early into this Wednesday morning. All right, big picture is we have these systems that will be moving on through that one that's just off of the coast. That's the one responsible for showing and producing more of the rain that we're dealing with right now. That system will start to squeeze on through here as we head on into late tonight. Then we'll have more systems coming in behind that. That's going to keep things pretty active into the end of the work week. So let's talk about that on Futurecast here. Tonight, we're going to see rain really begin to pick up around Puget Sound, but you can see for a lot of the daytime hours, 11 o'clock here, some light showers from time to time out over the Olympic Peninsula, seeing that eventually starting to scoot its way farther to the east by about 5, 6, or 7 o'clock later this evening. So that's when we have our best chance, but wanted to point out something, what's going on right here. You see what's happening here along the coast? A lot more of those dark greens, some oranges, and even some yellows popping up right along the coastal areas. That's heavier rain that will be falling out there. While for those of us here farther to the east, we really don't see as much of the heavier rain. So that will limit some of the rainfall totals we'll get with this here, with this particular system, at least, as it pushes on through. We'll see that begin to break apart. So that line is beginning to break down by even just past midnight tonight, and we'll have more snow into the mountains to go along with that. But the shower activity into at least the earlier half of Thursday, that's 9 o'clock that you're seeing right there, shouldn't be too widespread. We'll have some drier times to go along with your Thursday morning's commute. As we head later on into the day, though, you'll see that this rain does start to come back together and it fills in. Steadier rain coming in at that point with the next system, which will be one of the wetter ones that we'll have here over this next 4 to 5 day stretch. That picks up into the evening. That's 5:30 tomorrow night. And then heading on into later tomorrow night, getting into early Friday morning at 1 o'clock, we still have a good amount of steady rain that's going to be in place. A lot of that steady precipitation heading up into the Cascades, where we're going to be putting down more snow. And then we'll head into Friday morning, less in terms of steady rain, but definitely we'll see some heavier pockets going along with that. And at the same time, convergence zone activity picking up, just like what we had earlier this week. Looks like that's going to start to set up around areas of North King County and southern Snohomish County, anywhere from about Seattle to Everett, kind of your typical spots where we see it. And that will help to increase maybe more of the snow up there around Stevens Pass, maybe some of that shifting off to the south and hitting Snoqualmie Pass a little bit to go along as well. For the rest of the day, heading into Saturday, just expect some more rain. It will be more off and on in nature before we do start to pick that activity up yet again heading into Sunday. I wanted to show you this right here. Now, let me go ahead and backtrack a little bit. This is going to be through about Thursday on noon. This first system won't be a big rain producer, anywhere between a tenth to maybe up to a third of an inch around Puget Sound and the Kitsap Peninsula, while areas farther to the west, where we showed you the heavier and steadier rain will be, that's where we'll notice more of the moderate to heavier rain coming on down, and that's going to help to produce amounts closer to a half an inch to an inch through this stretch of time. Then we fast forward, that wetter system that comes in Thursday evening, heading into Thursday night and into the day on Friday. That's going to help to put down another inch to maybe an inch and a half out towards the coast, while those of us here closer to Puget Sound will see anywhere between about a half an inch to an inch of rain. Up this way, where we have rain shadowed areas for the San Juans, up here for northwest interior, closer to Bellingham, some parts of Skagit County as well, and northern parts of Camano and Whidbey Island. Not a ton of rain. That'll definitely limit the rain. In Port Townsend, you might still get about closer to a half an inch there, but the rest of us up that way, we're talking about a tenth to a quarter, maybe a third of an inch with that, while areas here closer to the coast will be all the way up to 2.5 inches, possibly even 3 in some cases here, and then down across the south coast, getting up around an inch to an inch and a half. So let's talk about snow, because snow levels are going to be relatively low here over the next few days. We'll keep them anywhere between about 1,500 to 3,500 feet with that little spike coming in heading into Friday. But then beyond that point, heading into the latter part of the day on Sunday and then into Monday, as we do start to see warmer conditions working their way in here, our snow levels start to climb all the way up to 7,000 feet at that point. Now, ahead of that time, we're going to put down a good amount of snow. This is a model run, and this is showing you what kind of snow we're expecting here through 11:30 heading into Friday night. And I'm thinking this is a little maybe overdone when it comes to some of the snow, but areas here closer to Stevens Pass, 1 to 2 feet, I think is a pretty good bet. Maybe getting closer to 2.5 feet there. Same could be said for Baker, down towards White Pass, 1 to 2 feet there. Then Snoqualmie Pass, I think is a good bet. 1 to 2 feet will be possible. So this will be pretty good snow for us as we head on into the beginning part of spring, as we still are running some of those deficits here across the Cascades and across the Olympics when it comes to our snowpack. And we'll be able to put down at least a little bit before things do start to warm up into the earlier half of next week. And speaking of warming up, check out these numbers right here. Upper 40s, lower 50s for highs for the next few days, at least through Sunday. And then we climb up into the low to mid 60s by the time we head into Tuesday. I'm going to show you one more graphic too. This extends 6 to 10 days out, and it shows highs even approaching, might not get there, but approaching the 70-degree mark. Again, quite a few days out. We'll see how all of this does come together as we get closer and closer to that time. But either way, moral of the story is it's going to warm up into early next work week, but it doesn't stay that way. Models are suggesting, and looks like we are seeing some signs of maybe a cooler stretch of weather coming back around last couple of days of March and then heading into the beginning of April. And Climate Prediction Center kind of suggesting, again, next week, week and a half or so should be warmer than average. That's where you see some of the oranges and reds here across this part of the country. As far as today, cooler than average. Typical high at about 55. We'll be only up around 49 to 51, up to 54 there around Puyallup. And then lows tonight dropping down into the upper 30s to low 40s with that rain really starting to come on down. Again, tomorrow we'll officially start the season of spring. That will actually be early tomorrow morning at 2:01 in the morning. And then we'll get those couple of systems that'll come on through Friday being a wetter day, and then also Sunday it looks like will be more of a wet day as well. As that system rolls on through, we'll start to see that taper off heading into Monday morning, and then some sunnier conditions as well as warmer temperatures as we head on into next Monday and Tuesday, possibly even into next Wednesday. So if you're ready for those spring-like conditions to be here, you gotta wait a few more days. At least for today, though, we are still gonna keep winter true to form, cooler and wetter here across western Washington, and we'll have the better chances of rain coming in as we head on into the night. So if you have any plans here for the night, prepare for that. Okay, everyone, have a great Wednesday. Happy last day of winter, and we'll talk to you soon.